Hi, and welcome to TechBrew AM. I'm Brian Waller, president of the Technology Association of Iowa. TechBrew AM is a program put on by the Technology Association of Iowa and sponsored by Nutanix. With me here from Nutanix is Mike Reiter, Enterprise Account Executive. Mike, welcome, and thanks for sponsoring TechBrew AM.
Thank you.
So for those that don't know, what is Nutanix?
Nutanix is a leading web-scale hybrid cloud infrastructure for the enterprise customers. And what's that really mean? It means we build out your infrastructure the way like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft have built out their data centers. And this provides a cloud-like scale-up, scale-out architecture with a full suite of automation capabilities running on hardware of your choice.
So I'm pumped today to have Joel Hergenreter with John Deere ISG. Before you read the bio, you have some really fun, exciting news for our audience that you'd like to announce today.
Yes, we will be back in person for TechBrew in September.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. So we have 2 more to go, with this being July with Joel, and then in August, and then we'll be back at West End Architectural Salvage in downtown Des Moines. So we look forward to seeing you all there, and hopefully we can record it in some way to get it out to larger audiences. So before we get to going here, why don't you read the bio of Mr. Joel Hergenreter?
All right, Joel Hergenreter is the manager of test and validation for John Deere's tech stack, Focused Intelligent Solutions Group. Prior to this role, Joel's previous experience included project management, product management, system development, and quality. Over the years, Joel was instrumental in delivering John Deere's highly automated machine and technology that informs the farmers on the status of their equipment and the quality of the job. These products directly improve the customer's ability to produce more with less. Prior to joining John Deere, Joel earned a degree from Colorado State University in bioresource and ag engineering. Outside of work, Joel enjoys spending time with his family, skiing, biking, and competing in triathlon and equestrian events. Please help me welcome the manager of test and validation for John Deere, Joel Hergenreter, to TechBrew AM.
Joel, welcome to TechBrew AM.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm so excited to talk to a fellow Colorado State grad. I don't think I've ever got to interview another alumni of Colorado State, so we're some Rams, so we should get along here. But we start the same way every time. What's your hometown and high school?
Yeah, so I grew up in eastern Colorado, in Brush, Colorado, the home of the Beet Diggers. So we were the Brush Beet Diggers, one of the more unique mascots in the nation.
Wow. Can I get a hat or a t-shirt with that on there?
Yeah, next time we run in, I'll find one of my old Beet Digger hats that also has the John Deere emblem.
Awesome. We think of nothing more Iowan than agriculture and technology. So I'm really excited to hear about your role at John Deere ISG and your impact globally on agriculture. But first, can you walk us through leaving high school, going to Colorado State, and then your career path that led you to John Deere?
Yeah, sure. So when I was in high school, I actually met a professor at Colorado State. I was in ag engineering, and he was into GPS. I thought, wow, using GPS to improve agriculture. Started to make that connection very early on. And so I went to Colorado State under that professor and got my degree in ag engineering, focused on precision ag. After college, I joined John Deere in the precision ag group and have been here ever since. And the reason I'm here and the reason I'm passionate about technology and in precision ag is we are focused on producing more with less. The more technology, whether it's GPS, machine learning, artificial intelligence, these are all technologies that allow farmers to produce more to grow or to feed the world's growing population.
So let's make the distinguish. People think of John Deere, they think of their mower and tractor, and they hear the Intelligent Solutions Group, ISG. What is John Deere ISG? Can you make that distinction?
Yeah, so like you said, we've been an industrial company for over 185 years. We're moving into a smart industrial company. And to do that, we're bringing technology to our products. So instead of just making the products, our tractors and our combines bigger, faster, smaller, we're trying to make them smarter, to make decisions for the customer and help the customer do their operations more efficiently.
So when you look back at your career at John Deere, you've worked on some really cool projects, autonomous vehicles and capturing data and all that stuff. Can you look back at a project that you worked on at John Deere that you're most proud of?
Yeah, so one of the first major projects is a product called AutoTrack, and it drives the tractors through the field. We were given the mission in about 6 months to take a driving tractor, someone driving the tractor through the field, and taking it to that next level of making it automated, where the tractor will automatically drive through the field. And just the tight teamwork, the working directly with the customers to deliver that to production was really exciting. It's made a big impact. Now it's standard equipment on all of our large ag. So it started off small. It's grown to a big deal. So that's one of the exciting projects. The other one is what we call our digital presence, or the operations center. And it starts to connect the cloud to our equipment, and it allows the customer not to have to be in the equipment every day, all day long, to understand what's going on in the field. They could then comfortably attend their kids' sporting events, or go out on a date with their wife and enjoy life, and still have the confidence to be connected to their operation that's going on at home.
So I come from a Northwest Iowa, a long line of farmers, and we still have a Waller over century family farm. I think about pictures of my grandfather 100 years ago, and the equipment he was using was so labor intensive. You fast forward today to some of the stuff you talked about with the autonomous tractor. Where does it go? It feels like we're living in the future. How much better can it get for the agriculture and for the farmer?
Yeah, so it has come a long way. It's even in my lifetime, where it's small equipment, you're covering 8 rows at a time, and you spend all day trying to cover 80 acres. Now our customers are larger. They're 1,000 up to 10,000 or even more acres, and they still want to manage their operation like they did back when they walked every acre of the field. So they want to understand how each plant is doing and where the weed pressures are. And just when you get to that scale, it's not possible without technology. So our technologies, where we're going, where the industry is going, is trying to drive down to that plant-by-plant management, so we could allow each plant to achieve its greatest potential.
So quickly before I move on, around autonomous vehicles, we haven't even gotten there on the roads here. How long has John Deere been doing it?
Yeah, so we've been playing with autonomous vehicles my entire career. Right now, we actually don't have a fully autonomous vehicle in production. We have highly automated vehicles, which perform the driving and the job operation. But we haven't taken that step of actually removing the operator from the cab of our large equipment. For highly automated, where we're driving equipment through the field, we've been doing that now for about 20 years.
So one of the coolest events you can go to is in Las Vegas. It's called the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. I've been before. It's all of the innovative technologies there. And there you see John Deere. Why is John Deere at CES?
Yeah, we've been there now for the last 3 years. I've had the opportunity to attend 2 of those 3 years and represent John Deere. And we're there for a few reasons. One, to help spread the word that agriculture is making a smart industrial transition, and John Deere is leading the way. And to inform really the entire society that we are trying to do more with less, and that we are out there trying to make food and our products safer. We're also there to meet potential partners. We know what the customers' demands are for the products, and we know we can't do it ourselves. So we go there to make connections to the technology society in general. And we're also there to recruit. we want to find the biggest and the brightest talent the best talent in the workforce, and we know CES is a great place to do it.
Absolutely.
So we're doing it. We're trying to bring technology and this talent back to Iowa, and also wherever the talent may be, we'll work with them there as well.
Well, maybe some year you guys should take me to Vegas with you, and then that would be fun for me. So, very cool. What's something you've learned this week?
Yeah, something I've learned this week. So we're working on dynamic system models. So everything that we're doing now, we're trying to build a dynamic system model, and just how complicated it is to understand the full model of a tractor pulling a planter in the different types of soil conditions. So we could model it very well in a very stable environment, but then we're all over the world, as you mentioned earlier, and we have to understand the soil conditions all over the world. So these are factors that we need to take into our models. I probably underappreciated the complexity that the different soil types bring to our equipment.
What would someone say about you that reports to you?
Yeah. So I'm sure there's a lot of comments out there, and it's because I try to think of myself and try to portray two things. One is transparency. So I am extremely transparent. If I like something, I'm very excited about it. If I'm nervous about something, I ask a lot of questions. Then the second item is very goal driven. So we have OKRs for everything, objectives and key results for everything that we do. And we set our objectives and we drive to those objectives through key results along the way.
What were you passionate about growing up in Eastern Colorado?
Yeah, farming. Farming. I love producing food and for the animals, food for humans. Being a sugar beet farmer, I love growing sugar. I love eating sugar too. And that's really what drove me to John Deere. Farmers can't survive without technology, and here at John Deere, that's what we're focused on. Is bringing technology to customers to allow them to survive, and again, allow them to feed the growing world.
Well, right before the pandemic, or close before it, I got to tour your wonderful new facilities there, your new office in Urbandale. And are you guys back in the office, or what's been your comeback to the office plan?
Yeah, we are back in the office about 20%. Okay. The end of August will be about 50%, and the return to office is just as scary as the separation of the office in March of last year. So taking a lot of precautions to make sure that things are going well. And we're also very comfortable with changing the way we operate. So we know that our return to office policies will not be the same post-COVID as they were pre-COVID, and more flexible work arrangements, we need better virtual conferencing, and more importantly, the people that are in the office being able to put them on an even playing field with those that are virtually called into the meetings, so we don't have the conversations swayed to one way or the other.
Yep.
So lots of challenges, lots of excitement, but it does feel good to be back in the office with some of the colleagues. Well,
I know John Deere is creative problem solvers, and you'll figure out the new normal. All right, we're going to switch to some fun lightning round questions. Give advice to 18-year-old Joel as he's driving off to Fort Collins, Colorado for his first year at Colorado State University.
Yeah, definitely. Enjoy engineering. Engineering classes are fun and challenging, but also focus on the psychology side of it. People interactions are what take great ideas and turn them into great products. Being able to interact with those that you work with, interact with customers, is really the key that allows allows us to turn ideas into great products.
That's a good answer. All right, Joel, a song plays every time you walk in a room. What song is that?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me, but probably The Race Is On.
Yeah.
So an old country song there, but probably goes back to my roots and also how I kind of live my life.
The race is on, and here comes Pride in the Backstretch. All right.
Yep, exactly.
There's an original version and a newer version, too, so I won't ask which one you like. All right, but I will ask you, Seinfeld or Friends?
I would be more of a Friends fan.
Okay. You do not have to say it, but what is your favorite curse word?
Yeah, it probably has a B and an S in it.
All right, we can use.
And, yeah, when I'm not comfortable with the answer, you might hear that.
All right, fair enough. What's the last show you binge watched?
Yeah, Yellowstone. So Kevin Costner and I was recently training for a triathlon. Spent a lot of time on a trainer, on a bike, and a treadmill. And I think I got through that the entire 3 seasons in about 1 week.
All right. It's one of those things where you're sad it's over when that happens.
Yeah,
when I've done the same
definitely.
thing. All right. You can have dinner with anyone alive or deceased. Who is that and why?
Yeah, Elon Musk. Someone that definitely hasn't had an easy life growing up, has some challenges, and he's changing the world. Mm-hmm. And he has a grand vision that you see how he's piecing the different pieces of his vision together to meet this end state. I think that's just awesome. I
agree. And watching him host SNL, to me, was even more fascinating to see the full human picture of him, which is pretty awesome. All right. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word? Probably because it gives me a second to think about what my favorite word is.
All right. What's your least favorite word?
I can't. If we need to change, especially in the engineering discipline, the technology discipline, we have to change can't into we haven't figured out yet. Mm-hmm. And I love it when I hear the word can't and we end up starting to talk through creative solutions to solve the problem.
Comedy club or dance club?
Definitely comedy. I don't dance.
Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love? The start of a diesel engine. When a tractor starts up on a cold morning, when you're getting ready to go out and harvest sugar beets, that is music to my ears.
Yeah. You are a farmer through and through. I love it. You have a passion for what you do. All right. What sound or noise do you hate?
Yeah. Fingernails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. I was going to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, not only the sound of it, but just the stigma of chalkboards and lack of technology and everything that goes along with them.
Yeah. All right, I got 2 more questions and I'll get you out of here. You're a busy guy. On the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the weirdest, how weird are you?
Yeah, so it would be different between the people that I work with and my family. So my family would say that I'm probably more of an 8 or a 9 on the weirdness and probably a little more open with them. Mm-hmm. For the people that I work with, I assume it's more around a 3 or 4.
All right. I'll see how that changes as I get to know you more, so I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What are you not very good at?
Details. I like delivering the projects, but I need people work with strong people that are really into details.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Got to surround myself with people that do that for sure. Well, Joel, you know, you and I think had coffee a few years back, and when I was informed by John Deere that you would be the new board member representing John Deere for the Technology Association of Iowa, I was thrilled because I know your passion for technology and agriculture. You're a Colorado State grad, and you're a good guy, and so thank you for being so giving of your time today. Welcome to the TAI Board of Directors, and have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining us on TechBrew AM.
Thank you, Brad.
At JetBlue, innovation is in our DNA. And what we love about the relationship we have with Nutanix is that innovation is also in their DNA. And when you bring those two things together, great things happen.
Trek is really technology driven. Bikes are absolutely as technologically advanced as possible, and all of that is really driven under the hood. It's all being powered by Nutanix.
Once we dipped our toe into the hyper-converged infrastructure platform, we decided, hey, this could be a great platform for our dynamic enterprise workloads in our data center. And so then we actually converted our entire data center to the hyper-converged infrastructure platform on Nutanix. And so now we run all of our dynamic workloads across it.
The amount of time that I spend on any given day to maintain this infrastructure has now been cut almost to nothing.
One of the biggest differences we've seen with Nutanix Enterprise Cloud is the ability to improve our work-life balance and make Wharton a more attractive place to work.
The benefit of being hardware agnostic is that no matter which vendor I choose or which vendor gives me the best price in that moment, the software on top of it is always the same, so my procedures, my process of implementing doesn't change.